lots of stuff was just going on in my life. The guy I was seeing, that's where everything went to shit. Oh shoot, this is just not gonna work. Oh my gosh. This brings it to the next level. In today's video, I'm gonna bake a brownie, which has been on my Instagram saved post for quite a while, but I haven't come around to making it. So today's gonna be that day. And whilst I'm baking this brownie, I'm just gonna update you a little bit on life. I have been gone from YouTube for around like 1 to 2 months, up until like a week ago or something. And that had some reasons because lots of stuff was just going on in my life. Whilst I'm just talking you through that, I'm just gonna start. I haven't made this recipe as I said before, so I hope I can do the multitasking and making the recipe at the same time. Sometimes I may just pause the talking and just see if everything goes to plan, but I think we'll be alright. I have my recipe right here. I'll also share it, of course, in the description down below. Let me just first double check that I have everything. The recipe calls for butter beans. So first of all, I'm just gonna soak those so that they're ready to go. And with soak, I of course mean rinse because they're already cooked and soaked. So we don't have to do that anymore. Those should be ready to go and I'm dripping everywhere. Okay, and then I think... I think I might do that with a blender, but then do everything with a blender because I was planning on doing it with like this blender instead of my like normal blender we have. I think that's just a hassle. Can I I'm just gonna blend it in this one because that just makes the most sense right now. How much do we need? How much? 1/3 of a cup. That's around 1/2 a cup. So let's see how much flour we get from 1/2 a cup of oats. Oh my gosh, is this gonna work or should I? Let's just grab the blender. Let's just grab the blender at least to make the flour because this is just not gonna work. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, that worked much better. How much this is? That was 1/4 of a cup. I think I'm just gonna... I think that's quite alright. That's around 1/3 of a cup. Good. I mean, I'm not gonna say exactly all the measurements because they're in the recipe. You can just look them up yourselves. Otherwise, it's gonna be a whole lot for me to do together. Or should I just blend these ones also in the blender? Let's do that. We'll do all of it in the blender. So, how it all started was in Paris. That's where everything went to shit. Because as I told you, I think as well in the Paris vlog, I went there for work. At least, just to keep it short, I went there as a final part of a selection procedure that would allow me to start that job in September, which beforehand, like before coming to Paris and also during like my trip there, it was all very kind of advertised or said that, you know, that was kind of a done deal and we just all would get in. We were there with a group of people. Well, in the end, long story short, I got the call because of course, as you remember, I stayed there with my sister and then also went to Lille, and just before we got on our bus back to the Netherlands from Lille, I got the call that, well, basically I didn't get through, so the job in September just went up in thin air. And that was quite a hard pill for me to swallow because during the process and during everything that happened before, they made it very clear that if you know you would do well on social aspects, you have the knowledge that was necessary and you know just participate in everything well, that it was kind of a no-brainer and you would definitely get in. In the end, it appeared they rejected a lot of the people that were there because probably there's some stuff going on with the company. But well, that all aside, it was quite a shock for me because I had a great time and I like knew also content-wise stuff really well. So yeah, that was kind of a slap in the face. And I'm gonna just get my banana. One sec. These bananas I'm not too sure about, but oh well. It says 1 large ripe banana. This is not a super large banana. I'm just gonna put in a little bit more, like that. Blend it until smooth. Yeah, so our trip back to the Netherlands was kind of harsh, especially because at that point my sister and her girlfriend weren't doing so well and we had massive delays, so it was a tough 8 hours in the bus for us. And also when I came back, it was tough on me because I was looking forward to this job very much. And also the fact that I knew, okay, I have a job, I can start in September, would allow me, to also enjoy my summer, enjoy my holiday before, getting into the real 9 to 5 or 9 to 5. So that was a lot. Let's blend this up first. That's what I was also already afraid of. So we're gonna just stir this around. Is there any other liquids coming in? Because then I wanna. It says to add 1/4 cup of non-dairy milk. So I'm just gonna add that first, so we can blend a bit better. I'm adding soy milk, by the way, but of course any milk would work. This looks like a banana milkshake. That looks pretty solid. Nice. Okay, that's good. Ooh, look at this texture. Nice. Okay, great. I need some flake drops for sweetener. I'm gonna start with 10 drops to see how far it goes. So got back, as I said, I still had my part-time job. My uni was done. Just before I went to Paris, I handed in my final assignment. At this point, I really focused on job hunting, sending out my resume, getting lots of interviews and tests and everything, as well as still working part-time. And then 1 week before I went to England, I had my final interviews, and I noticed just how, because I was still working 3 full days at this point with my part-time job, and I just noticed that wasn't working out as maybe people that are like either applying or just got a full-time corporate job and going into finance, which these procedures to get into jobs are quite intense. Like they have all sorts of assessments. Oh my gosh, can you hear this? They have all sorts of assessments and tests and cases that you need to do before you can get into a job. That just takes up a lot of time. So what I did a week before I went to England was that I quit my job, and it was quite an impulsive decision because I already knew that I wanted to quit working before August, that I would definitely have 1 more month of just freedom. I'm going surfing with my best friend the last week of August, so I was like, okay, August for sure, I'm just gonna take for myself. But now I was kind of coming back because it was just not working out with working 3 days and interviewing at 3 different companies, which was just a lot. So I quit my job and I did the final interviews, and I actually got an offer for all of them, which was of course very nice, which meant I even had the opportunity to choose. So I kind of went from -1 job to 3 potential jobs. That's also why I kind of disappeared. I put a lot of time and effort into contacting people, going on these interviews, and not only going on them, but the prep that goes beforehand, it just takes up a lot of time. And I couldn't really combine the stress of posting regularly and just wanting a job at the beginning of September. So I did it. During my first days in England, I signed my contract, and I'm starting in September with even a fun trip because the associates are going to London to start their time at the company. So that's a very fun start of my working life, which is something I very much look forward to. But it means I still have like a little bit over a month of holidays, which is also very good. So that happened, and then, which I don't want to get into all of the details of, but I also broke it off with a guy I was seeing for quite some, months now. That just happened after I got back from my holiday in England, but all of that made that my uploading was a little bit irregular or basically non-existent. As I said, I still have, oh shoot, I forgot to heat up my oven, which is very annoying. As I was saying, okay, tip I remembered in baking was that the batter will always be sweeter than the actual cake or brownie or whatever you're making. This is okay sweet, but I think I'm just gonna add maybe 5 drops more, because of course the brownie I want it sweet. Okay, just gonna blend this a little bit more. But yeah, I think that that's most of the stuff I wanted to say. Lots of things have happened. Currently, I'm in a good place. I must say that this is also, I think, very good for me because it's now the 20th of July. Currently nice, busy editing videos of the UK. But I don't really have like work or uni or anything like that at this point, which is kind of crazy because normally, you know, you always have something to do and like some work that needs to get done basically, and I don't really at this point, which is kind of new, or maybe not new, but would kind of be something outside of my comfort zone, which is also good, just to kind of take this time, chill out, enjoy, you know, not having to do anything. I have a lot of, you can see also here, recipes that I found on Instagram. Why is my thingy not preheating anymore? So I have lots of recipes that I want to try out, also because of course when I'm starting working life I want to give it my all, but that means that I probably have not that much time for example, cooking. So if I have some nice recipes that are just, you know, I know how to make and I don't have to, you know, have the recipe at hand whilst I'm making it, that would be great. So that's something I really want to do this summer, just have some staples. That would be probably a lifesaver for me. Let me just... Oh my gosh, is my thingy still rolling? Phew! I specifically cleaned up my film roll before this. Okay, I think I might keep it like this, then it's maybe a little bit more chunky than the recipe would call for, but oh well, that doesn't really matter. I think it's quite alright. Let's keep this. This works, right? Like parchment paper, that's not gonna stick, right? Normally I always have butter. Oh man, I just want to eat this batter by the spoonful. That's the beauty of plant-based cooking, you can just eat the batter. Okay, even though it looks like poop, doesn't taste like it. So I'm just gonna get these last bits out and eat it. I'm gonna put this in the oven. And how long does this need? 15 to 20 minutes. It looks a little bit dark, but it's, I think, alright. It's been 20 minutes right now. Okay, it's definitely not yet fully cooled off, but I just want to try it. So we don't get an aesthetic chocolate ganache shot on top. I mean, it's not that aesthetic either way. So let me just cut a little piece. I mean, you see, I could have blended it. You see all these bits. I could have definitely blended it better, but we worked with what we got, so it's alright. I mean, it tastes good, but could have been better, especially the inside. I think because the top was already, as you saw, becoming pretty crunchy. The inside still very soft, and it's just, yeah, it's alright. Especially if I'm gonna put like the ganache on top, but would I make this again? Probably not. If you're gonna bake a brownie, bake a normal brownie. It's alright, pretty nice, but yeah, good enough for now.
So I just wanted to say that I found a kind of fun way to eat this brownie. It's not very much brownie-like. I just kind of cut it open like it's some sort of bread roll, or how would you call it? Like I cut it down the middle and then open it up and then put some peanut butter on both sides. And here I put on some fresh strawberries, but you could also do it with jam. I also did that as well. And I had that for breakfast because it's just, of course, oats, some cocoa powder, protein powder, and some beans, which makes up a pretty nutrient-dense base. Because on its own it's just a little bit boring, but like this, highly recommend.
No, this brings it to the next level. Okay, just waiting because they were these construction stuff. With that, I just want to thank you very much for watching. I have quite some time on my hands right now, so I'm gonna give YouTube my all. This is me holding myself also accountable. I really hope I don't have brownie in my teeth. Hope you stick around for it. And if you do, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, share the video with a friend or family member. Also comment down below anything you would want to see from me. I love to make that happen for you.